Now that Season 2 of Andor has started, I thought why not take a look at the one singular set based on the second season from LEGO. This is set number 75399 Rebel Uwing Starfighter and is, as I already said, the only Andor set on Andor Season 2 as of right now. This set is gonna release on May 1st of 2025. I got it a little bit earlier because I found it in a local store and I thought why not make a review on it. But let's start with some basic information first. Set number 75399 Rebel Uwing Starfighter will release on May 1st of 2025 for $69.99 and 69.99 euros. The set will include 594 pieces and 4 minifigures. Now I really like the box design. I think the pop of color that the Uwing brings with it looks really nice. Of course, it's a white and blue model. This just pops out. The background is some planet and some explosions, which I think it looks cool on the background. Just a nice box design. On the bottom right, you have the minifigure lineup with all the 4 minifigures you get in the set. And on the bottom left, you have the end of Season 2 kind of logo, which is changed in comparison to the Season 1 figures that were there. Yeah, overall, I think the front of the box looks great. Now on the back side of the box side you get some play features shown there, and the Uwing landed on Yavin 4, if I got that right. This is a reference to Rogue One, I think, or maybe something of Andor Season 2. I haven't watched the show yet and it's not full out yet, so yeah, maybe you will see. When opening the set you get 6 numbered bags. In my case they were paper bags. Unfortunately my sticker sheet came very bent. This is not because I opened it wrong. I just opened the box, looked inside and the sticker sheet was really bent. Yeah, this can happen and the LEGO support will probably swap the sticker sheet out. Still, it's something that annoys me. But now before we're gonna take a look at the minifigures, I would highly appreciate a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content and want to see more LEGO Star Wars 2025 set reviews. And also let me know down in the comments below if you are gonna pick the Uwing up. So now taking a look at the 4 minifigures that are included in this set, we of course have Cassian Andor himself. This is his Season 2 look, so he got shorter hair. He has this beard on the face print. He has a vest as a torso print with some grey shirt underneath. The belt is printed on the hip. You got some leg printing where the details continue. On the back side there is also a print of the back side of the vest. And as you can see here, there's the alternate face print peeking through the hairpiece, which looks a bit goofy. But the second face is just a little smirk. Overall, a really solid minifigure. I really like it. The only criticism that I have is of course the back face print peeking through there. The second and definitely my most anticipated figure of this set is Dedra Meero. She finally got a LEGO minifigure and she wears this white coat. They printed this on the black legs, which usually doesn't work that well. I think here it looks really solid. Of course you see this with the studio lighting, so it's gonna look a little bit better in this video. But I still think it looks really solid for LEGO printing white on black. You have the coat that continues over the hip on the legs and in general a really nice torso print. Dedra also gets this special hair/head piece where she wears this black imperial hat or cap over her blonde hair. The blonde hair is also knotted up in the back, which looks really great. This is a dual molded piece. I really appreciate LEGO going the extra mile to make this headpiece. Yeah, it looks awesome. Really, really great piece. She also gets an alternate face expression with this, little bit angry face, but I prefer the more serious or neutral looking face of the other face print. I think it looks better. So overall, I'm definitely not disappointed with this Dedra Meero figure. I was really looking forward to it and I think it's a great figure, especially the hairpiece that LEGO made. The face print really matches the actress in my opinion. The only thing that I would have preferred if they went for dual molded legs, so the upper part is actually white molded plastic and the bottom part is black molded plastic, so there's really the boot and coat look. The coat also wraps around you in real life, so I think this would have looked really great if they just made dual molded legs. Then there's also the ISB Tactical Agent. This is also once again a character we've never seen before. He has a normal expression on his face, no alternate face print because he has no hair. He has the same cap as Dedra, just without the hair molded into it. His printing looks really great. Here the prints are all on white plastic, so it looks good and it's not the wrong color or the color is mismatching. The print goes from the torso over the hip to the legs and the feet. He comes with a shield and a blaster as accessories. On the backside there's the continuation of his armor. I think this character looks great, looks really cool with the white and black armor design. yeah, awesome printing, great figure. And one of the most anticipated figures for many LEGO collectors is K2SO. This is the second time this character gets a LEGO minifigure. He has pretty similar molding to the previous figure, maybe even the same. But yeah, it's an awesome figure, cool character, very well designed into a LEGO minifigure. He has these legs that I think are just the normal Super Battle Droid legs. The upper torso is amazing. His head is molded into his chest piece, and then you have this printing on the front. This is a little different to the old version from the Krennic shuttle. Otherwise, this figure is pretty similar. You have this awesome printing on the shoulders with the Imperial logo. Really great figure. The old one was really expensive, so I'm happy for everyone who wanted the K2SO and now has the ability to get him cheaper or in a new set. Now coming to the actual Uwing build itself, I think this is a great model. It's surprisingly good. Even for a downscaled version, I think it looks really nice. The proportions I feel like are even better than on the old one. I feel like the old one from 2016 was a little bit too bulky and too chunky. I think here the length and the overall proportions in general just are way better and more fitting to the original model. Now the white and blue color scheme looks awesome. It's always nice to get a different colored Star Wars vehicle that is not mainly gray. This will look really awesome on the shelf and just has a nice pop of color. For some play features, you can of course open up the cockpit. There's this little mechanism where you can push a Technic pin in, so the cockpit gets pushed a little bit upwards so you can better open it with one hand. And the cockpit piece here is of course printed. This of course reveals the interior of the Uwing, where there is a little sticker detail on the front. You can put a minifigure in there, but even on the box side you can see that, yeah, Kaysen has to lay in there, which looks really goofy. Then you can launch these spring-loaded shooters by just pushing the little piece there, which I always love is when they really hide these spring-loaded shooters so they don't ruin the aesthetic of the set. This is really well made here, so I really like this. Then there are the engines of the ship, which do look better than I expected them to look, but still something throws me off. Maybe it's the part of the engines that is not as round as the rest of the engines, or because the Technic parts show through. Maybe they are a little bit too skinny, it seems like. I don't know, something is not quite fitting or matching in my opinion. You get these blue trans-clear pieces on the back as engine thrusters, which look really nice, and also some detail on the top of the ship. The blue stripes are stickers, and the yellow details on the front of the ship are also some sticker details. Yeah, it's not the biggest sticker sheet, so I'm fine with that. On the back of the ship there is also this little loading ramp, at least, yeah, you could see it as that, but it's not really supposed to be open, as it's really hard to open it, at least I found it really hard to open it. Yeah, there's nothing inside there, this is just for the angles and the overall design of the ship. Yeah, a little bit disappointing, but yeah, it's a downscaled version, so not much room to work with. Yeah, it's a little hard to open, but when it's open, you're rewarded with the sight of the happiest LEGO piece ever made. The designer was able to replicate most of the angles of the ship pretty well. I think even the bottom part, especially for the smaller scale of the ship, looks really nice. The doors can be opened, but sadly only from top to bottom, instead of the sliding doors, which the ship canonically has. This is a little disappointing. Otherwise it's okay, the room down there is a little small. I think the cargo area is the biggest downside of this smaller model, as yeah, in Rogue One you see a bunch of characters having some space in there. In here, yeah, you can fit one, maybe two figures in there. Yeah, it's too small. This is probably the biggest downside of the set. And of course you can put the Uwing into the fighter mode, and yeah, this looks awesome when it's folded back. It's not the easiest to display this model like this, because it's really big when these panels are flapped out, but it looks really nice. They are secured by these ball joints in the normal position and also in this fight mode. Yeah, it's a pretty solid mechanism, works really well and is pretty stable. Talking about stability though, this model is really sturdy. There's not really anything that goes broke other than if you really rip it off. It's a really sturdy model and it's really fun to swish it around. So overall I think the Uwing is surprisingly great. I didn't really expect this to be such a nice set. Online it doesn't look as great as it does in hand. I feel like it looks smaller online than it is in hand. If you don't really have the old model, this is a solid sized model. I still think the $70 price tag is a little bit too high for 594 pieces. I think 60 would have been fine. But the minifigures are great. K2SO is a great figure. Dead Ramiro is awesome with the hairpiece. Cassian and the ISB Tactical Agent are also really cool. The play features are okay for Uwing. It's a nice looking model. The only downside of the model is the cargo bay, which is a little bit too small. Otherwise, it's a great model. I really like it. And yeah, now let me know down in the comments below what you think about this Uwing. Do you prefer the old one? Are you planning on picking this model up, maybe even on May the 4th now? Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to support the channel. And otherwise, have a great day.